Mr. Speaker, the people of Lumezi are saying they had hoped that the president was going to make pronouncements after having known the culprits of the 61 containers of medication that were found in Makeni.
What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to JQ.
I thank you most sincerely for giving the people of Lumezi an opportunity to speak to the speech that the head of state addressed in this house. Mr. Speaker, there are so many elephants in the room. Elephant number 1 is health. Elephant number 2 is energy. And elephant number 3, agriculture. Elephant number 4 is the fight against the corrupt. Mr. Speaker, the people of Lumezi are saying they had hoped that the president was going to make pronouncements after having known the culprits of the 61 containers of medication that were found in Makeni. People should have been fired and not kept, as there are enough backbenchers to take charge of the Ministry of Health. We are more worried so, knowing very well, Mr. Speaker, that the Zambian citizens were subjected to being fed with aflatoxin mealie, and people that were supposed to be treated using those medications are free and seated. Mr. Speaker.
Honorable member, let me guide you. At times, it's not necessary, as you are debating, making statements that are alarming, statements that you can't substantiate, statements that were addressed. So I would advise you to stick to the presidential speech and avoid unnecessary utterances that will end up just alarming the state. The Zambians are well aware, they were informed, and issues were addressed. So that was not part of the presidential speech. Stick to the presidential speech.
Mr. Speaker, the roles of us members is to provide oversight, not only checks and balances. In Lumezi, we don't know that those concerns were addressed. All we know is the list of milling companies that had aflatoxin were mentioned. Whether they were addressed, we don't know. So I'm listening for the very first time, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable member, I've guided you.
Mr. Speaker, let's go to human rights and good governance on page 27. The rule of law, respect for human rights, and constitutionalism are the core of our governance. We are committed to upholding and protecting these principles. Mr. Speaker, the first year of the UPND government in the year 2021, they had sent paramilitary officers in Lumezi, in Chieftainess Mwasembangwe's area, to exhume the remains of Suzionyika and forfeited his properties. The body was exhumed. In 2021, the question was posed in this House. Her Honor, the Vice President, responded by saying the matter is under investigation. Could it be that the properties that the President mentioned are those of Suzionyika? We had hoped that the President was going to name and shame the people that the monies mentioned belonged to. We are all in suspense. We had hoped that the President was going to give us guaranteed freedoms and liberties for speaking out, unlike a situation where for the very first time in the history of this country, a trained police officer from Chibelo Primary School can enter the precincts of Parliament buildings to abduct members of Parliament. We had hoped that the President was going to give us those guaranteed freedoms.
Honorable member, I've advised you making an unwarranted statement. I'm a presiding officer. I don't know at any given point that a member of Parliament was abducted. police have got a right to go for those that they would want to question. So abduction is no of question here. There's no member of parliament that was abducted. I'm privileged because I'm part of senior management. So let's just debate the presidential speech and avoid making unwarranted statements, misleading the people, Zambians and beyond. You may proceed.
Mr. Speaker, had I known that, I wish colleagues on the other side could respond. I'm not engaging you, Mr. Speaker. I'm stating facts. When the president said we should unite the country, if we are going to pretend that we're uniting the country and then blocking factual representations of the people, we are not going to unite.
Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, JCool, and turn on the notification bell, cause I'm gonna see you in the next video.